Hi, it's James William Ward here. Today I've got some advice for some introverts out there, introvert personality types, which I've got from this book, The Power of Personality. So if you'd like some ideas on how to deal with being an introvert in a very extrovert world, check out this video for some useful ideas. So this book was really great in giving me a lot of perspective on different personality types, introverts, extroverts and centroverts. While everyone doesn't fit into these categories exactly, it's a really helpful framework to view other people, to gain more perspective and gain more understanding on how people work. So firstly, people have different personality types because of the chemicals in their brain. People who are extrovert naturally have higher levels of dopamine, and that means that they function differently in the world. So an important thing to know is that introverts can be more easily overstimulated than extroverts. Their environment's going to be more intense to them, so all stimulus outside in the world is going to seem more intense and they can more easily be overwhelmed by an overloading environment. What this means is that for an introverted person, you need to make sure that you take time out to recharge your batteries. So an extrovert is going to find a social situation enriching, it's going to build up their energy. An introvert could find that same social situation draining. If you are an introvert and you find yourself in lots of social situations where you don't control the amount of exposure you have to this stimulation of all this social activity, make sure you take some time where you can have a bit of peace and quiet. Another hurdle for introverts is that they will avoid social contact. In this book, The Power of Personality, it's referred to as contact avoidance. Basically what that means is declining certain social invitations because you begin to see socializing as a burden, as hard work. So that's another piece of advice for introverts, is overcome the hurdle of contact avoidance. Push yourself to get out there into those social situations and make the most out of meeting those other people. There's a great description in this book as well about the way introverts and extroverts see each other. So for example, introverts might often see extroverts as being brash, rude, unpredictable, erratic, and extroverts might see introverts as being nitpickers, as being delicate little flowers, as being oversensitive. And just these descriptions of the way the two personality types see each other, it gives us a lot of perspective on interactions we may have had with people who have a very different personality type. Recognizing that someone has a different personality to what we have is incredibly useful in giving us a little bit of perspective on what's going on in there. It gives us another way, another means of understanding the situation, so we can step back and we can say, okay, this person does have a different personality to me, so they're going to process the world in a different way. And remember, that's because of the chemicals we've got in our brain. You know, we were born that way, we were born in a way that just makes us naturally different. And if we can acknowledge these differences, then we can work more effectively together with that person. So those were some words of advice for all you introverts out there. So leave me a comment, let me know if this is something that you've had experience with dealing with the other personality types, and if you found this information useful, I'd love to know. So until next time, keep living life and love learning. Bye-bye.